Let me verify the mic is picking up. Okay, looks good. So let me get the notifications out. Social media. Notifications. Okay. Okay, that's the one I want to use there. All right. And pulling up the yesterday's. We are doing the Saturday puzzle, which is a hard puzzle, number 708 in the collections, or in the 1000 hard puzzles collection. Which means it's getting up there, and it is a hard puzzle. What do you think? All right. Fighting with a system that seems to think it should take forever to get a response back from the system when barrier jumps from one system to the other. As usual, when I set this up to validate, if everything checks out okay, it will start a countdown for a count up timer. And if that happens, I'm going to wait 20 seconds before I start trying to solve the puzzle. Give you a chance to see about grabbing a screenshot, grabbing a screenshot, maybe getting started on it. So let's see. All right. The system says it's a valid puzzle. I see it is symmetric across the vertical center axis. All right. Let's see what we can do. It is 30 seconds after, close to just 20. All right. We get a 5 here. One of these three is going to be one of these two is going to be a 5. And we've got 2 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. And here. And here. All right, how about ones? I think I've got a singleton 1 here. all of these have the possibility of being a 1. And these. Here we've got 3 possibilities. 4 possibilities here. Everything's open here. Okay. All right. How about 2? Get a 2 here, another one here. So one of these 3 is going to be a 2. Get a block on the 2's here. So one of these 3 is going to be a 2. Over here, we got the same setup. One of these 3 is going to be a 2. And then we've got 4 possibilities here. And same deal over here. All right, 3. We get a 3 to install or enter there. One of these 3 is a 3. One of these 2 is a 3. That makes this a 3. We've got a 3 here. And then one of these 3 will be a 3. 4. 2 possibilities for 4 there. 4 down here. 4 here. 3 here. Looks like we've got a whole bunch of them here. 5 possibilities. 3 possibilities here. And that does it 4. So what 5? One of these, okay, we've already been through the 5s. Did we narrow anything down enough yet? Doesn't look like it. All right, 6s. 6 here, here. That combination means that's going to be a 6. One of these 2 will be a 6. I've got 2 possibilities for 6 here. 2 possibilities for 6 here. Looks like I've got a 6 going here. Means not that. That one. Okay. 2 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. 7s. Well, we've got 4 possibilities for 7 here. 2 here. 3 here. And 3 possibilities here. 5 or 4 possibilities here. Over here. Okay, one of those 3. Up here. Looks like we're kind of wide open 7s here. 5 possibilities here. I think that's it for 7s. 8. Well, we've got an 8 here. 8 here, so one of these 3 is an 8. Down here we've got 4 possibilities. 3 possibilities here. Everything's open for an 8 here. One of these two will be an 8. And these two will be an 8. And it looks like I've got 5 possibilities for an 8 here. 9. We get to plug a 9 in here. 9 there with that. So one of these two is a 9. Looks like I've got 4 possibilities here. We get a 9 here, so one of these two is a 9. All right, 7-1 pair here makes this one a 2, and this a 5. We have 5 there, that makes this a 2. Also, these two can't be 7 or 1. That makes that a 4, and this an 8. All right, not a 2, not a 2. Not a 2. One of these two will be a 2. It won't be an 8. So we get the 7s there. We get the 1s, 5s here. That makes this a 7. All right. So not a 7 up here. In those. Make sure I don't have any 3s giving us a problem there. I think they're still all right over there. Except we know this one's going to be a 3. This is a 1. So this can't be a 3. Also can't be a 1. That makes this a 7 and a 1 here. This one gets to be a 7, 4, and an 8. So we clean up the 8 and the 4 here and here. Yeah, not a 7 here. 1, 8, 1, 8. That makes this a 7. Nope. Yes, no. Ah, this can't be a 1. Let's back out to where we fix that. There we go. That's not going to be a 1. One of these two will be a 1. And a 5. That makes this a 7. So clean up the 7s here. 7, 7, 2 pair it there. Move that 7. And those get to be 7. There. Ah. That makes this an 8 now, a 4, and a 7 here. Not a 4, not an 8. Not a 4, not an 8. All right. Not a 7 there. One is still possible. 7 will be over here, one of these two. Ah, this becomes a 1 and a 3 here. So not a 1 there, or here, not a 3 here, so that's going to be a 7. Not a 1 or a 7 here. Clean out the 1, the 7, and the 3 here. This one becomes an 8, means not an 8 there. Here. These two will be an 8. These don't get to be 8s anymore. Putting this one down here. All right, 1, 9, 1, 9, 6, 1, 9, 6. All right. Clean up the 7s over here. Anything else we can clean up right off the bat? Okay. This can't be a 7 anymore, so that's a 1. Is this a 5? Not a 1 or a 5, not a 1. 9, 3 pair here. And neither 9 or 3 in any of these. Okay. How about over here? Do we get anything cleaned up that I can take advantage of? Not enough. At least not up there. How about down here? 1, 5. This can't be a 1, so that's a 5. This becomes a 1. Clean up these 1s as well. This no longer can be a 5. So we get a 5 here. 4, 8 pair now. And these can't be 1s. 4, 8, 6, and 9 are all valid there. 4, 7, 8 are options here. Oh, hey, comes a 1. So not a 1 there or here. 8, 2, 4, 5, 7, 2, 7, 4, 8. I've only got one place for a 5 here. This one ain't going to be it. So that's a 5. 8, 2, 7, 2, 7, 4, 8, 4, 8. Okay, 7, 4, 8, 7, 2, 4, 1, 8, 4, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 2. Okay. We should be able to solve this. That's a 7 and a 1 now. And this becomes a 1 and an 8 here. So clean up the 1s. 8's already cleaned up there, but not here. So we've got the 2 possibilities for an 8 here. 4, 6, 4, 8, 9, 9, 6. Nine, 2, 9, 4. 9, 4, 8, 4, 8. Yay. Can you tidy up anything more? Ah, not a 2. That's a 4. Not a 4 here. That becomes a 6. Can't classify that yet, but this becomes not a 6. That's a 9. So 4, 8 here and here. Not a 4, so that's a 9. This is 2. This becomes a 1 and a 6 here. So let's clean up the 6, the 4, the 1s, the 2. Next set of 3 and a 7. So this is not a 9 anymore. This is also not a 3. Please 1 and 4, which are tied up down here. Let me check something here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes, 1 would be the only thing available there. Into that's eligible to be a 3. Can't be a 9 though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and block or 9. Nine has to be one of these two, and it's blocked for both of those. All right. So backing it all out after just 16 minutes. And we're going to start over, but this time I'm going to start from the 9s. There's a 9 here, a 9 in one of these two. Let's see. There's a 9 here. These two is a 9. And that's 4 possibilities for a 9 here. 8. 8. So 3 possibilities for an 8 there. 5 here. 4 here. 3 here. 5 here. 4 here. 5 here, though. And it looks like 6 here for now. 7. So we got a 7 here. That means one of these 3 is a 7. One of these 2 is a 7. We've got 3 possibilities for a 7 here. And 4 possibilities here. 5 possibilities here. And 4 possibilities here. 6s. Well, one of these 2 is going to be a 6. Down here we've got 3 possibilities for a 6. I'm seeing 4 possibilities here. So this is going to be a 6, but these 2 go away. Also, this one goes away. One of these 2 will be a 6. Works with that. And that makes up all the 6s. Or 5. I got these 2 5s, meaning 5 is going to be one of these 2. 3 possibilities for a 5 here. 2 possibilities for a 5 there, which means 2 possibilities here. Nope, it means that's a 5. That's a 5. And I end up with 3 possibilities here. Okay, 4s. There's 4 here. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. And we're down to one of these 2 being a 4. All right. Here we've got 4 possibilities. This one can't be a 4. And 4 possibilities here as well. Here I've got 3 possibilities for 4. And it's going to look like that over here too. All right, 3s. And this one's going to be a 3. One of these 3 will be a 3. This one is going to be a 3. This one is going to be a 3. One of these 2 will be a 3. This one will be a 3. So not this one. And over here we've got 4 possibilities for 3. Okay, these 2 don't get to be a 3, neither does this one. All right, back that all out to that point. Now, one of these 2 up one of these. This one gets to be a 3. And now we've got 3 possibilities. Yeah. All right, 2. This one's going to be a 2. I get 2 possibilities for 2 here, a 2 here, a 2 here, a 2 here, means not a 2 there, that's a 2. Doesn't mean this is a 7. 2 there and there, okay. Looks like 2s are all on the board. All right, how about 1? So we got a 1 here. And one of these 2 is going to be, looks like it could be a 1. I will mark all 3 of these. I've got 3 possibilities for a 1 here. All 3 of these could potentially be a 1. That means that these 2 are not going to be 1s. Could be one of these 2. Now, right here, we've got 4 possibilities, and over here as well. Up here, we've got 3 possibilities. I'm missing a digit, or a number in here. 3s. One of these 2 is going to be a 3. That helps. Okay, over here, everything gets the potential for being a 1. We're going to apply that same policy over here as well. All right, so we've eliminated the 7 right here. So this becomes a 1, and that becomes a 7 because I don't have a 7 elsewhere on the in this collection here. So that now makes this into an 8 and a 4 here. Okay. With that being an 8, we can clean up this 8 here. Like this is a solid 8 now. We could clean up that one. And hey, this one too. 1, 5, 4, 6, 4, 6, 1, 5. But this can't be a 4. It's a 6 here and a 4 here. All right, up here, we know this is going to be a 6. However, we have a 3 block in this one, so this is a 3. All right. All right. One of these 3 will be a 3. Not this one, though. And also not this one. This also can't be 1, so let's tag that as a 7. Not a 7, not a 1. Not a 7, not a 1. That makes this into an 8 and a 4 here. Because this one can't be a 4 because of this. So now that's not an 8, that's not an 8. Also not an 8 in this set anymore. So we got one of these 2 to be an 8. Options down here as well. But this can't be a 7 anymore, so that's a 1. This cannot be 7 or 1. Not a 1. This becomes a 5. Not a 5 here. 7, 1, 7, 1. 7, 1. 1, 7, 8. 1, 8. These can't be 7s. Just checking everything else. These can't be 1s. That makes this into a 5, this into a 1. Now these can't be 1s. So one of these two, this one gets to be a 5. And they're all taken care of above already. So this can't be a 5. This also doesn't get to be a 5, so it's going to be, or this one. So this is a 5. All right. 1717 means not a 1. So that's a 4. We can clean up the 4s over here, which should have been cleaned up a while back. This one doesn't get to be a 4, so I still got 2 possibilities of a 4 here. 18, 19, 489, 48. Over here, 48, 478, 71, 71. So that can't be a 7. 4848. This becomes a 7, a 1, a 7, a 1, a 7 there. All right, not a 1 here or here, so that's a 1. An 8 here and a 7 here. Not an 8 here or down here. So that becomes a 4, not a 4 here, makes that a 9, a 6 here, and an 8 here. So this becomes a 4, and this becomes an 8. All right, not a 9 here anymore, so that's a 1. This is the only other place we've got to be a 9 in this. Nope, not quite. However, this can't be a 4, or a 1, or a 6. So probably going to be a 9. Let's clean up the 1s here. 7s, 3, and this one gets to be a 6. Not a 7 here. So 6, 3, 7, and 9. So 3 here, 9 here, and that should have solved the puzzle, I would think. Okay. I see. Not a 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. How about an 8? There we go. 29 minutes today. 29 minutes and 38 seconds. And I had to restart at 16 minutes. So effectively, it should have been a 14-minute puzzle, but not quite. So, how did you do? Did you get it in 29 minutes or less? Feel free, if you're on Blue Sky or Metaverse, to comment on that. Although I do only show the puzzle initially ahead of time on Blue Sky, and I'll be posting the easy puzzle for Sunday in just a few minutes on Blue Sky only. I'll post my solution to this puzzle on Blue Sky and my results on both Blue Sky and Fediverse. Have a great day, everybody, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow.